Who speaks for Islam? Anyone can speak for Islam. Quran does not set boundaries, nor did Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made it exclusive. It's a public religion and there is no private control on it. Anybody can speak for Islam, whoever has got any knowledge about Islam. Free speech is an inalienable right, God-given right, and it started with Adam. I'll catch up with that later, how this was DNA'd into Adam, free speech. There are many great speakers on Islam in today's market. Some of them are not Muslims, but knowledgeable than most Muslims. You have heard Dr. Karen Armstrong, John Esposito, and late Houston Smith, who just passed away this week. And there are many who deliberately misinform about Islam. You heard the likes of Robert Spencer, Pamela Giller, Richard Gabriel, and a whole lot of them. Then there is another category. These were the former Muslims who are kind of disgruntled with Islam, like Noni Darwish, Ayan Hirsi Ali, Walid Shobat, Wafa Sultan. For whatever reason, they love bashing Islam. There are several divisions within Islam. The major one is Sunni. About 85% of Muslims make up Sunni Muslims. About 15% between Shia and sub-traditions. What is amazing is Catholic faith is the only faith which is huge but very centralized. Otherwise in Islam, it is not centralized. Traditions like Shia, Ahmadiyya, Bohra, Ismailiyya, there are many traditions. If you call them to come and speak at an event like this, generally you don't get them because they have to get the permission from the central imam, central authority. But with Sunni Muslims, we are free. We can speak, anybody can speak about Islam anywhere. The terrorist Abu Bakr Baghdadi and also the terrorist Osama bin Laden, who is nowhere, they also speak for Islam. And then you have imams who represent the Wahhabi tradition, total right-wing conservative tradition. They are very intolerant towards other interpretations of Islam. Even though they are a tiny minority, they want to enforce their beliefs on others. If they follow their own, it's fine. But when somebody tries to impose their beliefs on others, that is a problem. Islam is very firm on there is no compulsion in faith. Nobody should compel anybody. It comes from heart, faith. Let me unpack who is the right speaker or what makes the speech right for Muslims. And as Muslims, collectively, we have not done a great job in clarifying many things. There are many things hanging out there, like there is no punishment for apostasy in Quran at all. But Muslims are divided on that. Nobody can come forward and say, this is it. So we are very divided on that. Same thing with the blasphemy. We had to put all that out and bring some clarity, not only to Muslims, but fellow humans. Our misinterpretations in Quran, that is the cause of so much pain and misery. And there is a pristine Islam as well as mangled up Islam. Then there is a fear of Sharia that needs to be addressed, and there are other things. Let's go with who would be the right speaker who can speak about Islam. Anyone can speak, there is no limits on that. But anyone who has understood the essence of Islam and communicates those values would be the right speaker. It doesn't have to be a Muslim. I would listen to John Esposito and Dr. Karen Armstrong over another Muslim. They are very well informed. Values that needs to be communicated to the fellow beings is accountability, truthfulness, justice, forgiveness, caring for fellow beings, humility, pluralism, civil dialogue, harmony. These are the values Quran talks about. These are the values that go change and affect how we all live together. There are rituals. Most Muslims talk about the 5 pillars, which are the rituals. They are fine, they are needed. But these are the values that affect our interaction with fellow beings to create a better world for the entire humanity. God says in chapter 55, that is Surah Rahman, that He has created everything in balance, everything in harmony. The sun, the stars, the planets are pre-programmed to precisely circumambulate around the earth, and that is very programmed. The seasons change, the plants grow from seed or saplings. It's all pre-planned program. Whereas when God created humans, we were not put on a trajectory. We had to create and find our own balance. How do we work with that? And the words, God is just, merciful, kind, is repeated more times in Quran than any other word. And God wills. What does God want? We all worry about what does God want. It's very simple. God has created this whole universe in balance, in harmony, and He calls on us. He uses the word Ashraful Makhluqat, that is, super beings or honored species who are capable of managing their own affairs, capable of managing the floods, capable of managing the climate, and keeping and restoring the balance. That is our responsibility as society. Then there was an extensive survey conducted recently by Pew Foundation all around the world. Over 80% of Muslims, whether it is in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Indonesia, even Saudi Arabia, they condemn any violation of civil rights, any violation of hurting fellow human beings. And they are speaking for Islam, not Bin Laden. And each one of you belongs to one group or the other. And you may have experienced that somebody barges into the group, makes outlandish statements, then all of you say, what is he talking about? Either if you are strong enough, that person will walk back, run away, or if you let him or her, she will dominate the group. Is it fair to say that one person's opinion among this many people is what we have to value? Statistically, the 1 or 2% of people speaking for Islam is statistically invalid. It has to be the majority. So that is the whole message of Quran. If any Muslim, anybody speaker, doesn't have to be Muslim, speaks about these values, how these values contribute towards creating a cohesive society, a cohesive America, I would say he has the right to speak about Islam. Let me add Prophet Muhammad's words. He said, I am leaving in his very last sermon, I am leaving this book, Quran, to you. He did not say, I'm leaving this Quran to Michael, and whatever Michael tells from here on is what goes. He didn't do that. He said, you read the Quran, you understand it. It simply means, like you said, two Jews having 5 opinions. The same thing applies here. Prophet Muhammad understood that Islam is a religion of nature. It is human nature reflected in the religion. Each person has got his own experience, his own references. When I read Quran, what I see is a little different than what you see, because your reference points are different. This is allowed by Prophet Muhammad, who said, you read and understand the Quran. The Prophet was about creating responsible societies. Islam is about creating responsible societies where you are accountable for your actions. Prophet Muhammad's daughter, Hazrat Fatima, his daughter, she comes running, she says, gee, Dad, am I going to go to paradise? And just because I'm your daughter, the daughter of the Prophet? You know what Prophet says? No. You are not going to paradise on an automatic basis. There is no nepotism in this faith. You have to earn it the old-fashioned way. Deed by deed. What is a deed? Prophet says, anything you do to the benefit of other people is a good deed. And that is what is important. Quran has been deliberately mistranslated to create animosity towards Jews and Christians. It was done by a Muslim in 1924. So it is very critical that you read the right translation. There are many translations out there. And like Jews will become that is wrong. Not make friends with Jews and Christians, that is wrong. That's not how it is. I've done some seminars on that. We need to watch out that. Then also, there is a pristine Islam and mangled up Islam. Pristine Islam is the values about creating cohesive societies. Islam is not about ruling anybody. Islam is not about controlling others. Islam is about living in harmony with fellow humanity. And does Quran promote violence? Hell no. And if you read it through it, if there is a word that bothers you in Quran, kill the infidels wherever you find them. All you have to do is go back, pick up the book, actually read 3 verses before and 3 verses after. That's not the meaning there. So anyway, I'll conclude with that. There is a whole lot more to be taught. There is time for that. Thank you.
I hope you're taking notes. There will be tests at 4:30.